And punching across to here we are. Hi, I'm Noppers. Welcome to this stream tonight. This is the match I recorded this morning. I'm not wearing the suit tonight. I'm sorry. Just not going to do it tonight. Lazy. I got the Pogue shirt on, showing my true calling to military. Anyway, this is a recording I did this morning, my time. It's about 5:30 a.m. this morning that I got up and actually recorded this match. So some of it I don't really remember, to be honest. I can't tell you who won because I can't remember who won. I was pretty damn tired this morning, but hopefully the footage came up pretty good. I think it looked okay. And it'll be nice to actually review this. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm not going to do any of the other preamble stuff that we normally do. I just want to get right into this straight away. So let's have a look here. Finding a screen. Where are we at? Where are we at? That's that screen. That's that screen. Those things are up. They're working. That's all good. The videos are all working. What are we playing on anyway? It's Utah, isn't it? Yeah, let's turn off... so I don't have a stream announcement button, so I'm just going to try and sort that out. Let me just get that sorted. There we go. We're on the video here. As we do the preamble and come in here, we'll probably turn that music down a little bit. This was the match, and this is the starting sequence. So I just wanted to bring up this little screen here. Actually, we might just go to the full screen, shall we? And there's the full screen. So just the two teams I've cast for the 20th 10th before. So 20th Panzer Grenadiers 10th Mountain Division. I've cast the Chimera match they played, and I've cast some a friendly match as well. But I haven't ever seen or cast for the SevH and 501st. So SevH are Sturm Elite Vaterland Helden. And if I said that right, then I am amazing. If I didn't, oh, well, I'll ask you for forgiveness. I was trying to get some information from the 501st and SevH, but I didn't get a response back from the 501st guys. So I've at least got a little bit on SevH here that we can talk about, and we'll get onto that through the thing. But look, this is a pretty good match to watch. It's a good full match to watch and a great fight. Lots of good toing and froing and all sorts of cool stuff. And that's what you want in these types of matches. The commander of the SevH guys, of course, is Nada at this point in time, but he doesn't actually end up being the commander. The commander on the night, when it actually comes up, is Brazilian Noob, I think, is the commander. So... you know, we will, and they're having a bit of a shoot. But I just wanted to point out here in this first sequence, look at this. Rank 454. 454. I'm not even 200 yet. I've played a fair bit of this game, of course, over 1,000 hours. But I haven't hit 200 yet. I'm just shy of it. 454. Jesus wept. And there's no one, look, 348. There's some big numbers here. And if you have a look across here at the 20th and 10th, these guys are all in the 100 to 200s. There's a couple of 250, 250, 210 there, 211 rather. But holy hell, there's some big numbers over this side. Anyway, we'll just sweep across and have a quick look at the guys doing their thing. You know, there's the SevH guys and 501st guys, we're all sort of running around doing a little bit of random now. I'm just skipping forward. The 20th and 10th were obviously having a little bit of a photo op there. Rocket up into the air. Going to show you some really cool things from rockets, but let's get into this match here. We've got everybody that we needed. Having a look at the teams now as we go through, and we'll have a look at the end. There we go, map change, and we're into Utah Beach. Don't want to muck around tonight. I want to get straight into this, so we're actually watching the gameplay. So just so we remember, yes, I'm here. It's Noppers. I'm not wearing a suit. I apologize for not wearing a suit. Those people that will be disappointed. We are watching the 20th and 10th versus the SevH and 501st guys. And just for awareness, where are the 20th and 10th from? They are from the US of A. So both clans, I believe, are American teams, United States teams. Yes, they are. Whereas for SevH and 501st, SevH are from Brazil, and 501st are from Argentina and Chile. So global this competition is, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love the fact that we've got folks from all over the world here, and hopefully some of them. This stream, the majority of people will actually watch this as a pre-record later. I certainly know there's a few guys from the teams that I just mentioned that will be watching this, but they're not awake at the moment. They're all asleep. So thanks for coming along and actually watching this later on my VOD or on YouTube. I really do appreciate the support from the community that I'm getting, and I love commentating this stuff. It's just fun to watch, to be honest. I do enjoy this. So, but it's truly great to welcome all of our global friends to listening to an Aussie caster. So here we go. Now, this is all about Utah, and the first point that we're talking about here is the chapel. We, of course, know that they were fighting on a previous match up the north here, but this time around it's on the chapel, centre of the map, and you've got the two feeder lines coming in from AA Battery and Sunken Bridge. So that's the two next defensive points. That's important to understand those feeder lines that come in from those two areas there. And we just have a bit of a look around here and have a see what's actually on the map. Remember, this was 5:30 in the morning, so I might be a little bit drunk in the way I'm actually looking at things here. Well, I zoomed across here and had a look at what the 20th and 10th guys were doing. So there's a supply truck down south there. Tried to get myself on the starting line. It's just on our right-hand side as we zoom up to the north here, because we can't see their icons, of course, but we can at least have a look at what's on the map, on the ground as we move north. And you can see quite a sizable presence there in the middle, as you'd expect, pushing towards Chapel straight up. I think there was a truck, might have been a tank down there. There's a supply truck down below us there. There's a transport truck there. There's the tank coming in there. There you go. So it's the Luke's. We've got another truck up here full of minions for the commander there, a Brazilian. So this is this is the 20th and 10th side. Now I'm going to need to get those little icons up on the header bar, aren't I? So we can actually see that. So let's put that up now. So we'll pop that up first, header bar, and we'll get that. There's the 2v2. I'll get rid of the Chimera stuff and the other stuff there. Now, I think I am looking at the Allied side, so I'm going to have to switch those two around as well. We'll just do that very, very quickly here. Was not actually considering this part, was I? So a poor highwayman's shift as we have a look through whatever's going on here. And a nice start here, straight up. You can see there's a giant wave of trucks coming out from the 20th and 10th. From the Sev H501st. I'm going to struggle calling them whatever they are, because it's quite a mouthful to actually say both names there. So I apologise if I don't quite get that right. They are the Allies, so I actually had it right. Damn it. I have done this, and I did it this morning at 5:30. So we're just going to flick that back around, and as if nobody saw a thing. Blue will be the Allies as they come in off the beach. Red will be the Germans as they defend the French countryside. And we need to just get... Who's on that? The Sev H and the 501st. So I'll just find their icon. That's that one there. And we'll pop that sucker up in the top left there. Might need to make that a little bit bigger. Here we go, a little bit bigger. That's those guys there. And the G13 guys that were there previously are now going to be the 20th and 10th. I've got their lovely little logo here. Let's have a look at that one. And it's lurking up in the corner there. We'll make that sucker a bit bigger as well. Look at this. It's fancy, this stuff, isn't it? Alright, great opening wave there, though, by the way, by the Sev H guys just really... Sev H and 501st really got in there bloody quick, didn't they? Alright, there we go. We're all fixed up now. I have nobody that helps me with this stuff. I do it all myself. So the Sev H 501st first wave is just massive, massive push straight up. Look how far they've actually pushed forward to the chapel area here too. They're right outside of that Bunnings area up north. And 20th and 10th have got a monumental hill to climb here straight away, because... Look, the chapel's completely dominated by the South American teams. Let's call them that. Let's call them the South American teams. The North American teams are the orange, the Axis players, and the South American teams are the Allies, the blue players. That's going to help me a lot. So there we go. So our South American friends have really pushed pretty hard in there into that chapel area, and they've absolutely consolidated their position there. But look at this. We've got a nice little North American defensive line here from the Axis side. Of tanks. All right, so they'll be doing a little bit of Overwatch fire on there, and we'll probably start to see a little bit of shelling get in onto those buildings there now, which is going to probably cause a little bit of challenge for the South Americans there in defending, because they can't really stick their heads out windows and stuff to shoot the infantry when they've got tanks shooting at them. Artillery yet again is going to play a role in this game, I have no doubt. And all, boom, there we go. I'm pretty sure that was actually a tank. Lovely shot from the Panzer IV. I think it picked up the Stuart there, just over to the left-hand side here. And so for those that are watching my stream for the first time, I'm just going to quickly tell you what I do here. I make this a clock. 12 o'clock's the top, 6 is the bottom, 3 o'clock's the right, and 9 o'clock's the left. So when I'm talking about clock positions, this is about, say, 10 o'clock over here. So in the 10 o'clock position, a Stuart tank just died. Great shot for the Panzer IV. He's picked up his first tank kill. We've got a little bit of a play going on around the back there. I can see off the far right of the map there. But definitely the CEV-H5 first wave has taken the point here quite nicely. And we're just going to pop over here and have a look at what was going on there. It's a supply truck. So I'm going to assume that was the 20th and 10th trying to get a garrison down that way, but a sneaky garrison around the back, because I remember seeing that supply truck down the very bottom of the map. But perhaps I am wrong. Perhaps that's nothing at all like that, and it's the South Americans that are actually putting in those garrisons. We know that, of course, you need area control, map control. So you want to have a number of garrisons in different places, and that's where you can see supply drops starting to come in now from both commanders as they set up their defensive positions. Now, the commander of the 20th and 10th, I believe, was Colonel Matthews from memory for this one, and he's their normal commander from what I understand. And we'll have a bit of a chat about both. Well, the clans I've got information on. I'm going to just have a little bit of a chat about each of them as we go on. The Lukes, of course, is sitting in there right now, ripping up stuff on the point, and just north of the point here, Chapel, of course, being on the 3 o'clock position there. That Luke's, is keeping the CEV-H guys there suppressed as a minimum. So we will change that header bar now, of course, to a 3-2 lead from the CEV-H guys, 501st guys. So there we go. Now this is win 4? We call it Bunnings here in Australia because it looks like the Bunnings warehouse. Home Depot for those Americans that understand that. Looks like a big Home Depot there. All right, so a little bit of well, we're 500 metres away from the chapel, but this area is important. Probably a bit closer there. Probably sort of on the other side of those buildings is where we start to see it really mattering. But up here, I guess, you've got to control this area. If the enemy get a garrison up here, or have a spawn point up here, they can at least start pushing in. So Nick DePaul there, he's trying to clear out a little bit of that stuff. Everybody's sort of run from around everyone else. There's a little wave coming in, and these guys will be setting this up as a staging point up here, of course, now that they control this area to get onto Sunken Bridge. Whereas for the 20th and 10th, for the Axis players, they're really just looking to control that spawn wave stuff coming in from out this way. More so than set it up as a staging point. And there's the Stuart now moving up there, of course, to do that very thing we just spoke about. Try and trim down some of that infantry attack on and take a little bit of pressure off Sunken Bridge while their infantry start to push in towards Chapel. You can see quite a bit of infantry here trying to get its way into, well, it's north of the Chapel and control this building here. This is a great Overwatch building. You can look a long way north and south, and we see it on Utah being fought over all the time. This building, it absolutely is a killing zone for both direction, north and south. And CEV-H there and some of the 501st guys are stopping the 20th and 10th quite convincingly. And we can also see there that Luke's is right in the point there, undefended from infantry. I say this time and time again, don't push your tanks forward without infantry support. Because the players in this competition, no matter which team they're from, are good enough to take you out. And we can see there, we've got Mosquith, I think it is, and Mzedino, I apologise for that name, Mangle. They're going to start rocketing that guy. I think he's already been hit once by the look of that. You can't afford to have your tanks that far forward unsupported, because you're just going to get picked up, particularly in a light tank, because even frontal shots are deadly against a light tank. We're going to circle back to that conversation as we go along here, but it's definitely gone CEV-H's and 501st way straight up. Lovely kill there on a 75, I'm assuming. That's a 75 there that just blew the hell up. So that's 2 tanks down for the Allied forces here. For the South Americans, they've lost 2 tanks fairly early on in the match. Well played there from the 20th and 10th. taken those kills. Not sure what got that one. Probably that Panzer IV that was rolling around the back there. But the South Americans definitely hold... Yeah, there it is. There's that Panzer IV moving through the middle of the map right now. Middle of the play right now. But the South Americans definitely control the chapel at the moment. They've got quite a firm grip on this. We're 12 minutes into the battle now. 12 minutes into the battle. And, yeah, it's a good first wave from the Sev H501st team. Let's have a little talk about them while we watch a little bit of gameplay here. So, I can't tell you anything about the 501st. Unfortunately, their guys didn't get back to me. I was a late addition to this stream. There wasn't anybody allocated to this, and so I put my hand up to just try and support where I could. Someone else has already done this stream from the other side. So the guys sort of may have just missed my messaging. I haven't seen them online. But anyway, Leipzig von Preußen, and I believe I said that right because I do know a little bit of German. Leipzig von Preußen, he is for Sev H. So he tells us that they've already played in the HPL with a full Sev H team, and the 501st was part of Tango. They started to play together at the beginning of this year as ASA. I think the 501st participated in the hell that was seasonal. So some very, very good players in here. We know that. We saw some of those numbers at the very start there with how much they played. The commander for this match is a Brazilian noob, as we see here. And for Sev H, the guy Leipzig von Preußen does a lot of the strategies and coordinates stuff in the background, so he's provided some information. Group leaders, folks to look out for from a leadership perspective: Martin, Skyline, King Domedu. The tank commanders are Pardal and Leipzig, and squad leaders to some of the other squad leaders of note are Lanzareth, Rodrigo, Beta, Shomes, and Napalm is one of those high value players to look for. Some of the other good shooters: Renam, Muscafel, Rodrigo, Martins, and Napalm, Granaderio. But I don't think Granaderio was actually playing for this one. The tankers are the strong point in the Sev H team. That's what I'm being told. There's a Puma racing around the back here. That's a 20th and 10th Puma. He's doing a little bit of a sneaky run around there. But again, look at Renam waiting. Bam! Straight into it. He's going to die though because that Puma's onto him. But that Puma now has taken a hit. And he will have this Mosquif, and we just heard that Mosquifel is a good player. I'd expect to see a rocket come up from that. There's that Luke's down there as well. He's probably trying to work out Luke's a little bit here. The Puma's right in amongst it though. I suppose the Puma's not so bad. As long as it keeps moving, it actually is a lot harder to hit. But that one's fairly static. I think it's going to die shortly. I really do. Though it just killed something down south, probably a truck, I'm guessing. All right, let's just quickly talk about a little bit more about the Sev H guys. And the plan itself is made of experienced players, but the worst point I can tell you about is the organisation and execution of the plans and what saves that the team can improvise in unexpected situations. You can see the allies here, the Sev H501st, they've really bled down their fuel at the moment, so they're bleeding tanks quite hard. I find it fascinating that I'm reading stuff here about their tank teams, tank crews, the skilled, time played and dedication tank commanders, and yet they've bled off a lot of tanks very early on here. So interesting stuff. Look at the pressure starting to apply here for the 20th 10th on the Sunken Bridge area. So there's quite a bit of a wave. There's the Brazilian coming in now. He's pushing his squad in to put a bit of pressure on the point. That's an airhead coming in, of course. There's one straight in. I don't know. This is a bombing run airhead. I can hear the bombing run coming in as well. So they're trying a bombing run airhead on the point right now to see if they can actually push this. It's a bit of a bold move. In this level of competition, the old bombing run airhead right onto the point, because again, the skill level of all the teams here is quite significant. I don't know how well that airhead's going to do. They generally have someone. Fuck me, that artillery's good, isn't it? They've got someone. Look, here's these guys around the back here. They've just shot down Holmes, who was trying to defend that airhead. These guys here are trying to defend the airhead. There's a great spawn wave there, so there's an OP in there already. The airhead's still up. I can see it just there. But I reckon that Warbeard's probably going to rocket that all the out. Oh, there's a spawn wave on the point, and we start to see it getting taken here. 20th 10th really need to do something about that airhead. You can see them pushing in, circling around there. Artillery landing right on the point. Good artillery from Sev H501st. It's danger close, but it's in the right spot there. Although I think that one wasn't, and it's just landed on the point because it's about a 20 to 30 second delay. Warbeard just picked off that airhead. I'm pretty sure it just died. I'm not 100% because I can't see because of the tree. But good R2. No, the airhead is still there. There's two squad leaders just came in off at Warbeard probably. Oh, no, he's been picked off. This is a very, very good play from Sev H501st. Somehow they've managed to keep that airhead up and running. right in there. Now they're throwing smoke in to try and keep it alive, because this could be a really dangerous outcome here. But look at this, a Panther now moving in. Let's see what the Panther can do for the 20th and 10th. It's sweeping around the back. It has to know, surely has to know where that airhead is. But look, bam, bam, bam. We've seen 3 spawn waves in off it now. Another tank coming in down below us on screen. 6 o'clock position. I can hear a tank coming in. There's a flare going up from a recon leader. We're watching. It's the Lukes. It's moved its way up to try and provide defense on the air against that airhead. Oh, it's not a bad push at all here from 20th, from Seb H501st. They've got over half of the cap now. Good evening, Blue. Lovely to see you. We are actually live, so I can interact with you in a real-time environment. It's exciting stuff. I should actually drag you into a Discord and you can commentate with me. How's that? But this is the great airhead here. He can still see the airhead, but there's that Luke pushing right in now. I reckon he's going to see it and shoot it. Surely he's got it by now. It's right there in front of him. It's about 10 feet in front of that tank. There we go. Finally, the Lukes has taken out the airhead, and that's been enough. And a great spawn wave here. 20th, 10th throwing on the defense to actually get back here and stop that cap from happening. So that cap's now over. The Step H501 first guys will not be able to take the point at this point in time, because the 20th, 10th defense, this is not a live match, Blue. It's a pre-record, so definitely no spoilers. But most of the guys that played in this are still in bed, and they'll be watching it later on when they all wake up. So there's a Greyhound now racing up the river. A bit of an interesting position he's got himself in. He's getting stuck a bit. 20th, 10th have shut down this attack, so that's well done from them. That Greyhound, though, is probably a little bit late to the party, but it's going to come in and annoy a little bit, unless Sparky, I reckon, has got eyes on, and he's going to put one into it. You watch this. Oh, he's going to get it when it comes around the corner. Oh, this is going to be... Okay, that's one way of doing it. It's fucking dead. So well done, Sparky. Good kill. Took himself down with it in the process, but that's fine. So the 20th and 10th guys are all North Americans, and the Sev H501st are all South Americans, so Argentinians, Brazilians, or Chileans. So really, really international flavour to this. And I recorded this at 5:30 this morning, Blue. So I kind of don't remember half of the match, to be honest, and I still can't tell you who won because I just can't remember. I think I do actually remember now. Let's have a look at the artillery and see what we've got here. And we're starting to see a bit more of this Belgian Gate stuff happening. So on the match the other night I saw Belgian Gates up, and now we've got some more Belgian Gates here. And we know on YouTube, look at that round. Did you see that streak? It comes in through here. Watch it again. I know there's a couple come in. Watch it. Ready? There. Boom. Look, there it is. There it is through there. So that's the tank shooting from way the fuck back there. Watch this. Bam. There's another one. He's trying to hit this artillery. Found out a couple of weeks ago that you could actually do this. And fascinating stuff. He's not actually hitting his target. But look at it come through. We'll zoom through. Look how far this is. This is the entire length of the map. One side to the other. He's sitting on a pillbox up here from memory. Just off to the left a little bit. There it is. There he is. Look at that. A little Stuart, just like a little mobile field gun, sitting there, punching rounds down range. To be honest with you, it might actually be worthwhile putting a field gun on there. Interesting stuff. Having a look now at the Sev H501 first artillery, and we've got barricades up already. And that was a rocket. That was a rocket that came in from somewhere. Let's look for this, because I know this happened. Look, there it is up in the air. Here it comes. Look at this. Look at it. That's going to be half a kilometre, that. What a shot. So they've been practicing this long-range rocket artillery stuff. I do this from time to time. I just lob rockets. It's RJMA 730, and I tried to follow that rocket in and I fucked it up. I was tired. Cannot believe it. He's actually hit that artillery piece there and probably damaged the guy that was on it. But what he's doing is he's got some sort of spawn down here. You see he's shooting quite a few. He's done a reload, and then he goes and redeploys. And look at him. Watch this shit. Gets his angle right. Gets himself set up. There we go. Look at this. I cannot... This fascinates me. He's spent the time... Look at that! You would just... What do you do when you're artillery and someone's lobbing rockets at you from at least 600 metres away? See, he's redeployed now. There's an ammo box right there in front of us, right in the center of the screen. All right, so he redeploys. He goes out, he shoots his 2 rockets, then he grabs a set of ammo, and he shoots another 2 rockets, then he redeploys, rinse and repeat. So it's artillery, but it's hitting the artillery without... You got to do this. Chimera have got to do this. There's some great Rocketeers in Chimera. I want to see this on any map. You can do it on any map. Pick your spot and lob rockets in. Good bombing run from 20th now on the chapel area here. And because we know that 20th are the orange players, that's why they've got the German marker up the top of the map there and their little 20th symbol. And the blue players are the SevH501st guys, Allied players, of course, and the little SevH501st icon up the top there. They definitely took this point very early on. It was literally 3 minutes in, they'd already captured it pretty much. 4 minutes in. We're not even half an hour through the match yet. It's been some fascinating stuff happening so far. Good little push coming in from 20th though here on the north side of the point. We can see smoke going in as well. So that's a fair indication that there's an attack coming. Heinkel's up on the roof there as a squad leader, and I still don't know how these guys do this stuff. I know you can, but I just haven't never worked out how to get on half these buildings. But not a bad push coming in here from the 20th, and they are winning the trade war. So the trade was where, one player dies from one team, then the other, and so on and so forth. They're winning this trade battle here. Sev H and 5FS are just getting thinned out a bit, and that's what's helped the 20th to push in quite nicely there. The smoke, probably need to spread that smoke out a little bit, but it's all very much in the same spot there. There we're starting to get some more over towards the chapel. That's better. That's much better. So a good little push going on here from the 20th. I don't know if they got the numbers at the moment. They're just getting trimmed off now by the reinforcing wave. I'm assuming that our South American friends have called for reinforcements to come and help them clear it out. We've got a couple of engineers running around. There's at least 3 squad leaders there. So fascinating stuff. That how quickly that defence came back. That was pretty impressive, actually, how fast they pulled people in. So it's pretty much shutting down the 20th attack at the moment. But they are close in, so there's pressure on the point. And this is what we watch in a number of matches, of course, is getting that pressure on and just keeping and sustaining pressure. Fearless going full auto here. He's just, fuck this, I've got rounds and I'm not afraid to use them. And so he's done quite a good job there, trimming out a lot of the defending force. That's not bad. Airbags is now getting in there, and he'd probably have a satchel. He's in the chapel itself. This is a good little play, and there we are. We're starting to see the cap now. Really, really well done here, but there's that spawn wave which will shut down. That's 6 players just came in, shut down. Oh, Airbags is trimming a few in the chapel, though. Wow, nice work from Airbags. He's pulled 3 out of there. He's defended the chapel well, and that's great work from the 20th. This is a really, really good attacking squad going on here at the moment. They've managed to take out the defence twice in toto almost. So I'm liking this play from 20th. They're starting to really press onto that point, and SevH5 first are going to have to respond to that. You can see quite a few people there up the north of the map. Some sort of tank down here. Yeah, that's a 75, I think. It's taking a bit of a face pounding, so it's backing off a little bit. That's going to help them on defence, though. And look, yeah, it's starting to see... Gosh, he just got nailed by artillery at the back there. We're just starting to see some numbers come back in from the South Americans. So they'll hold the point here as the 20th have been trimmed out. But look around the back here. That Panther is getting chased by an engineer. I mean, that's literally every match, isn't it? Every time there's a tank, there's an engineer or an anti-tanker running after it. It's what they do. Nice little push coming in, a counter push coming in, but that's probably about 400 meters there. So you can see the South Americans not really pressing an advantage around Sunken at the moment. They're spreading out. They're trying to get a wave down this way. I like fighting in this area. It's a really nice area to fight in. Lots of good options there. I think 20th have got the initiative at the moment on the attack side of things. But let's watch what happens in the middle of the field there in our 12 o'clock position, because those bodies out there are mostly uncontested at the moment. Another great spawn coming in. There must be 2 OPs in here now. We can start to see the point. It's blinking again, so it's just going a little bit red, then it's going back to blue, red, blue, red, blue. So a little bit of blinking on the point here at the moment. So SevH again and 5FS need to put some defense in. There's an anti-tank going off to the left there, I just noticed. So... And they're shutting it down from the north now. Those forces that were up north about 300 metres trying to come back down and clean up some of that infantry and the OPs. There's the Panther in there. Look at him. He's just taking shots from everywhere. Here's Imzadino pushing in. There's another AT rocket going in. This guy is isolated. This is what I talk about when I say that tank is not protected. So he's got infantry nearby, but that infantry are not helping him in any way. He's got 3 anti-tankers. Someone finally shot the guy up north. He's got 3 anti-tankers around him though. Another one coming in down here. And this is where, and there we go. Zadino literally just walked up behind him when he have a rocket, mate. See you later. So this is the combined arms stuff, and I did talk to I do talk to people about this all the time. Your tanks can't get shot by infantry like that easy. It's a giveaway. I mean, what do they worth? 600 fuel? So I don't know about the commanders of these teams, but I don't have that fuel lying around to waste tanks. So I get shitty when stuff like this happens and I'm the commander. That's a complete waste of a tank there. I know what he was trying to do, but it wasn't done in coordination with the infantry. So that's something that I could see 20th and 10th need to work on right there, is have the squad leaders and the tank commanders talking to each other before that move actually happens. And saying, hey guys, I'm going to move in through this axis here. Can I have some infantry with me, please? And the infantry squad leader goes, yeah, mate, I'll give you 2 bodies. And then the tank gets in there and he's got 2 guys protecting the rear. We see Chimera do it well, actually, because I follow them around, of course, with filming. They throw engineers on the back of their tanks. And so there's always someone there defending the tank. And if the engineer dies, because the infantry shoot him, the tank knows it's got infantry spot and it needs to do something instead of sitting there. This isn't terrible, this push from 20th 10th. They've made the point blink a few times here, but the South Americans have really just kept spawning in the waves of people. They've got the reinforcing line. There's a reinforcing line coming in through here, and there's another one, great one up here. This is feeding in. Look that garrison there, this garrison here, even this garrison here. They're all feeding into the chapel area. That's great sector control. So they're consistently shutting down those attacks. And I will say that about the chapel. The north side, not so much, but the south side, it's very hard to find friggin' garrisons down there. Because you've got a lot of little options as to where you can put them. And of course, because of this open terrain, folks then put their other garrisons way away from it. So, there's a big grid sector here to search to find where a garrison is at any time. There's this push still coming on out here. It's a recon squad with a bolstered recon squad, let's call it. Infantry coming out as well. And you can see Nicto and some of their recon guys defending out here. Having a look back up here, what's happening on Sunken Bridge, of course, nothing at the moment. So the 20th 10th guys have been keeping sustained pressure on the chapel, making it blink a few times, and that means that they're able to relax a little bit up here and throw a few extra bodies forward, and that's good news. Panther's starting to move in there now, so I'd want him to be already communicating with the guys going, okay, where are we pushing in from? All right, I'm going to run my tank into this area here. Here would be a good spot to give fire support for these guys, trying desperately to hang on to that little building there. Good little move around the back here. We can see Corsair probably looking for, what's he picking up there? Anti-tank gun. Okay, but they've got infantry support back here. So the Sev H guys that I can see in front of me seem to be just, they're on the AT gun. The Panther saw it. It's blown that one up. It hasn't seen the other one yet because of the way the tree line is there. So this will be interesting if that Panther gets nailed by that anti-tank gun, who of course absolutely knows there's a tank nearby now because he just saw a fucking huge ram go flying past and blow shit up. Warbeard around the back here trying to clear out Garys and stuff like that. That's not a bad play. This is an area that, as I said before, for the 20th 10th, they need to try and suppress that area. For the Sev H501st, they need to actually get staged there as garrisons and OPs to be able to push out. This is the area here, though, that 20th 10th need to control, and they're just not doing it. They've completely lost it. Their infantry got pulled out of that building. I think that's that building there. So they got stripped out. So they've got an attack on still, but they don't have anywhere near the reinforcing waves coming in that Sev H501st do. So watch these guys around here, of course. They'll just be able to sweep in and cut off the line of supply around the back here, which means these guys here are probably going to get trimmed away. Although, having said that, look, they're making the point contested from time to time. They're making it blink. All right, and that's good. That's you want to be doing that. You want to continue that pressure on the point. You want to continue that pressure on the point. It worked very well for Chimera the other night. They just kept the pressure on, and every time that the other team tried to do something against Chimera, that Chimera would have pressure on the point, and they'd have to, and the other team would have to bring back. That was the 501 ES would have to bring back their bodies to defend. Right, so this is what 2010th are doing at the moment. They're making the point blink again. So Sev H and 501st still need to bring back some people. All right, gonna have a little mouthful of drink here. There we go. So good work here, and a nice contested centre point at the moment. Good fight going on. Some big planes coming in now. Bit of trade there. This is a 7H50 bombing run. This, yeah, I just don't know where it is. I know, it's, I tell a lie, I apologise. That was, I knew what I meant. It was the 20th 10th because we couldn't see it on the map. So they're trying to pick up the garrison, I'm guessing, up north. But look at the sector control. It's just, no. And that bombing run, unless it's trying to pick up a garrison up there that was confirmed, it's not going to do anything because there's no one there to consolidate. Again, we can see here the artillery is having a bit of a field day. It's you know, plenty of shots, but it looks like a couple of these guys have died a couple of times. They've respawned again. So I reckon Rocketeer's out there still. He must be. He must be. Let's go check him. I checked him a few times. Who's this? No, let's see there. Oh, they're coming out to look for him. There he is. I saw him. He was off to the left. I didn't stop for him, obviously. I was watching some of the stuff that was going on out here. Let's go and have a look at the artillery over here. You can see the snipers sort of trying to move in there. Recon squad spotter, rather, it's trying to move in there. They've done the old trick of putting trucks on the front here. That's quite a good play. It's quite a cheap play. Stop that Stuart from shooting into the area. And why wouldn't you have your resource nodes in here? You know, some of them at least. You can only put one set of each in there. Why not? You know, the tank's still out there. He's still sitting over the back there. God, the camera work was a bit jerky, wasn't it? I was tired. I was definitely tired. What time are we at? We've just passed the half-hour mark. So this was 6 o'clock this morning, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see the commander of Sev H 501st now. He's just trying to sweep around. I don't know. This is a bit brave. He's probably going to get picked off there. He's put a garrison behind him, but they've picked that up. Almighty's going to pick that garrison up. And I just had to check where it was again, and there he goes. Yeah, and there, yeah, the commander's died here as well. So. Bit of a solid defence there at the moment on Sunken Bridge. Well done, 20th 10th. Doing well. No real push coming in. Nicto's still pissing them off over the back here. That centre area of the map, so that was the building I was talking about before that 20th 10th were at. They're now 100 metres further back because they were throwing piecemeal at that area. You know, either a tank or infantry, but not both. Not together. So if you ran a tank in the middle here now and swept up with the infantry while the tank was fire supporting into that, got your infantry along this wall here, and then brought your tank up, and then, you know, so you have 1 foot on the ground putting fire support in while the other one's moving. That's what you need to do. So, you know, tank here, infantry there, infantry runs up. Once the infantry get here and consolidate this position while the tank's shooting at it, the tank then moves up here, then the infantry can move up to the next line while the tank shoots, and so on. It's what you do in the military. So why wouldn't you do it in here? That's what teams need to grasp, and squad leaders in particular need to grasp, because you heard the CAC squad leaders. It's your job. Oh, good artillery here from the 20th 10th. It's your job, squad leaders, to liaise with the commander and the other squad leaders, and then communicate that intent down to your troops. Your troops are just fucking, where do you need us to pull the trigger, boss? That's what you want them to be doing, and letting you know, hey, there's something bad here, or there's something good here, or whatever. So squad leader is probably more vital than a commander, because the squad leaders are the passage of information and the coordination, and that's what I'll say. All right. Still sustained pressure coming in from that southern flank. This is looking south, of course. Look at that move marker over the back there. You can see Bravo Squad were probably needing to go and deal with that Rocketeer that's shooting rockets over like that. But still sustained pressure here from 20th 10th. They're not taking the point. They're not even making a blink at the moment, but they have drawn back enough of the Sev H 501st that we've just sort of got this... It's sort of stalemate. It's a vigorous fight for the chapel at the moment, where there's lots going on, but it's all just here right now. 20th 10th are taking this area down here. This is good news for them if they can find that garrison and clear it out. This gives them a staging point down here. So nice work there, working that area. Look, here he is, Rocketeer and mate. And he's back in exactly the same spot there. Heidi should probably get line of sight on him here, I reckon. Let's see, how good's Heidi's shot? He's going to get his rocket out, is he? Don't know. But I love that. That's just such a good little sight. There's the rocket, off she goes. Let's see if he hits anything this time. I wanted to follow this all game. That's all I wanted to do. Oh, he's on point, but there was no one there. He must have hit Trompo already, actually. Nice shooting. God, that's great shooting. The patience to go and work that out, too. Well done to him. Let's see. We just wanted to talk a little bit further while we watch this chapel play going on here. 20th, 10th, sort of losing the initiative here a little bit, I think. So from Leipzig von Prussen, from the Sev H crew, they there's a lot of experienced players, and they want to show a good season. They just want to have a good season. There's all sorts of games they play. Military experience. They know a fair bit about military stuff. They've probably got a few serving members. I'm not really sure, but they certainly know their military history. Quite a few of them, so that's great. I love that sort of stuff, and I'd love to be able to get back into the videos where I was inserting some of that stuff, but casting takes up a fair bit of our time now. It used to be just YouTube 2 years ago, and then I stopped for a year when I deployed overseas, and then I came back and got asked to cast, and here I am. You know, sitting at what was 8 minutes past 6 in the morning at the time that I did this video, watching the 501st Sev H guys. Well, they're losing a few people on the point here again. They've regained this southern area though, so they've cut off the line of supply there between the two 20th 10th forces. But 20th 10th have now got this north area, this area down here, and there's a tank coming in. Fearless is going to be chasing that. What is it? It's 76, I think. It looks like it's got the big barrel. Yeah, Fearless is dead. Whoa, whoosh. But Airbag's coming in with that satchel. I think that's a three-man crew, and they'll have seen him coming in. Yeah, he's certainly moving. Let's see how good Airbags can do. No, they've seen him. They've seen him for sure. Look at him spinning. Yeah, he's going to jump on it, though. This is a good play, but I think... Oh, no, they've got infantry support. And that's why you have infantry support, folks. Because... that engineer got onto the tank, not engineer, assault guy got onto the tank to plant a satchel, but because they had infantry there to help them, the satchel didn't get placed. Monkey has come out to check that, of course, but there is no satchel there, mate, because you had infantryers to help you. Here's Chanko coming in trying to do the same thing, but look at that. Infantry supporting the tank. The tank is not dead. That is what you need to do. Just one or two infantry make all the difference for survivability of tanks. We watched, I think it was a pair of 76s the other day from Chimera. They had to go back for ammo. That's unheard of in tournaments. Who goes back for ammo? You're usually dead. But that's how good the infantry defense is of those tanks. And those tanks pushed in and made all the difference when they were needed. When they were applied very well, and they didn't die. And they ran out of ammo. They went back and got more ammo. There was fuel up the gazoo. That's what you want. As a commander, you want your tank squads working with the infantry like that. I can hear a Luke shooting away at stuff, but it sounds like it just blew up. There's a big explosion over here. Grim, I think, just put a rocket up its ass. Again, no infantry support around it by the look of that. So, 501st Sev H are just able to, at their leisure, flank and kill tanks. It frustrates me when tanks die so easy. It really does. All right. I feel sorry for the tankers. I feel sorry for the team because it's so easy to fix. Just a couple of infantry. All right, we've harped on enough about that. Let's look at this big defensive push play here from Sev H 501st. They've thrown a lot of bodies onto this. The pressure now, it's been a good half hour almost of pressure from 20th 10th on the point. So they're fighting hard to try and get through, but they don't have the numbers. They don't have anywhere near the numbers here at the moment. They're not getting enough in. It's sort of trickle feeding in 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s. And that's not enough against 10 people there on the point. So, random rocket there, probably trying to take a garrison out, I'm guessing. There's another rocket. What's he shooting at? Oh, OP. Okay, so, right, there you go. So the commander just marked an OP that the rocket went in, or garrison that was on the point. So, 2010 nuts to put a garrison in there. Well done. But didn't do anything because they just got taken out. The defense up here is quite comfortable, to be honest. There's nobody attacking at the moment. We are over half an hour with 40 minutes into the match, so almost halfway now. Look at the little gameplay going on down the bottom here. Look at this. Completely away from anything. It's just got nothing to do with this part of the match up here at all. These are the 3 cap points. There's the game going on down here, folks. There's about 5 or 6 people down here involved in that little mini game. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Because there's rockets coming in from down here, going over to that way. These infantry trying to take them out. It's fucking brilliant. All right. A little bit of a back play going on way back here. This is right back in the last line of defense. The recon squad's back there. I guess trying to clear out that defensive line and prep for an attack. That's what these guys will be doing back here now. Is they'll be just slowly sweeping through, trying to clear out 20th, 10th garrisons and anything else, report information forward, and get ready for some sort of supply drop with a garrison out here to put a stage in. You can see the Panthers here as well. What this is doing is distracting that Panther from being up in the front line. That's good work from the recon squad. It's keeping the Panther from being effective in battle, because if you've got a tank chasing recon, it's not good. So well done to that recon squad. They're obviously causing enough shenanigans around the back there that it's stopping the attack. Whereas look here, this 75 is just, it's in the defensive zone north of the chapel. We're about 400 metres out, 400 metres. Gameplay going on in the building here again. Clash trying to do what he can in there. As you can see, the swarms of South Americans coming in, the swarms of blue players coming in. He's got a lot of trouble there. I'm pretty sure Clash will die. He's got about 6 people looking for him at the moment. Big swarm wave come in there. So, yeah. There's not enough going on here for him. They don't have the bodies they need. He's probably got his outpost up somewhere. He might get a little bit of a reinforcing wave coming in. A little bit of gameplay going on over here. You can see how far back 20th and 10th are being pushed, though. They're not on the attack at all at the chapel anymore. Clash is the last guy left there. So they've been pushed right back, at least 2 lines of attack. So this is one area here. Here's another one. 3 lines back. So they're 3 lines back. Three bounds, we would call that. This is very well done from the South Americans. There's a Panzer IV coming in now there on the 9 o'clock, roughly 9 o'clock position there with the infantry around him. So that's good. It's a good way to play. He's just pushing in now. We'll see what happens there. And here's the south push. They're controlling fairly deep south. Allied supplies coming in there. The Axis supplies, of course, are the long cigar. And you can see they're trying to put in Nedic, trying to put in some rounds to take out the expected garrison around the back there. Airbags taking out somebody as well. Good play here from the 20th 10th. They're starting to push again from this south area. So if they get this wave pushing up nicely, which they are, and the tank coming in with more infantry, this will be trouble for Sev H501st. And look at that. The point is starting to turn now, because we are seeing that cap wave. That cap wave's starting to move in, but I think something's getting hammered around the back here, and I reckon that's the Panzer IV getting hammered by the tank. Possibly, but good little push coming in here from 20th Chance. It's too far out still. But it makes the South Americans nervous. That's long-range fire from God knows what, way over there. So they'll have to bring back some more defenders, of course, which takes the momentum out of whatever's going on up here. Beta trying to go around the back there and put a garrison up, I'm guessing. So good artillery coming in on the point here from the 20th 10th. The artillery was on point. Yeah, that is the Panzer IV. See, he's in the right spot right now. For this infantry to be able to move up, he can shell this. So artillery landing, tank shooting into the point, infantry there. There's one defender there because everyone else just died. This is what you want. That's great combined arms work, 20th 10th. Well done there, happy with that. And look at that, the point is contested. So they are doing exactly what I've been screaming for throughout the match now. They're starting to do that, and that pressure will be coming in. So Sev H5 are first going to have to deal with that Panzer. That artillery they can't do anything about, but they're going to deal with that Panzer, and the infantry which is starting to sweep in quite nicely. And they are dealing with it. Here is the 75 there with infantry support right on it as well. Oh, that's actually one of the tanker crew. He's jumped out. All right, that's interesting. But maybe Alepht's around the back supporting it. We'll see what happens here. If they leave it alone, Chief Big Sad is probably an engineer with a satchel and a wish to get a kill for Christmas. Might be an airhead coming in up north. We'll just keep an eye on that for a moment. The point just turned briefly and went back again. So good blink. And here comes that Panzer IV now. But again, it's now pushing up solo. The infantry are miles away. No, don't push your Panzer IV into the middle of the freaking point by itself. That's not what you do. The nearest infantry is 100 metres away and has no fucking idea that he's got a friendly tank nearby, probably. Chief Big Stairs around the back here. The Panzer IV is in the middle of the point. It's almost on the 75. Oh, just stop driving tanks up solo by themselves, teams. Please stop doing that. I reckon that Panzer IV is not long of this world. I can't remember if it dies or not, to be blunt. I just cannot remember. Chief Big Sad's down now. Look at all the infantry. Okay, let's count the AT guys that are going to kill that tank. Well, there's an engineer there. There's an AT guy there. There's an engineer there. There's an assault guy there. So there's 4 people straight away that have got a hard-on for that tank. No doubt. 1, 2, 3, 4 up here by themselves. Straight up. This guy down here is dead. There's the Panzer IV now. He's sweeping around by himself through the back line. Look at all the fuel that Sev H5 first have got, because their tanks aren't dying. And here's the Panzer IV there. Alright, so Sev H5 first now starting to push out again. There's a rocket coming in to kill something. I'm not sure what that rocket was at. Little push coming in up the north here as well. Not a bad counterattack here from the South Americans. They are getting close to the point. Imradzino. Oh god. Somebody sounded out for me in chat. Imzedino. Zedino. I'm pretty sure it's Zedino. Imradzino. Alright. So a little bit of a push here. It's just been shut down nicely by the defenders there. Good defensive play there from 20th 10th. It's been a long match already. Halfway through now, folks. Just over halfway through. And it's been Sev H3, 20th 10th 2 for about 40 minutes. Probably. There's another tank. Okay, I think there's 2 75s up here now. Or maybe that's 76 down south. Let's see where that Panzer IV ended up. Because he was pushing down this way before. I'm keen to see whether he survived or whether he died. I think that might be his carcass just there, actually. So he lasted another 100 metres. No, maybe he's still alive. I can hear a tank down to the left of screen there, about a 7 or 8 o'clock position. But it's, again, if that's Panzer IV, it's deep in enemy territory, surrounded by infantry with an exciting satchel or rocket for it. Rockets going out there from... Well, they've got rockets to spare from the point, don't they? So that's shut down that attack there. If that Panzer IV was here right now with infantry around it, it might be a bit different story. Supplies going in out there. Here's a bombing run coming in, of course. I think that's a 20th 10th bombing run to try and clear out some of that infantry. Oh no, that was the Panzer IV dead. Because look at that, tank right there. That's a 76, so that would have just absolutely snapped that Panzer IV. So that would have been his carcass sitting here before. Unsupported tanks, can't do it. Cannot do it. Alright, so 20th 10th have just put in a bombing run through here to try and clear out a garrison and take the initiative here with some infantry coming in. And they've got another wave coming in out here, but these guys have got to get to this fence line here through all of that gunfire, and then they've got to make it along the next row, and there's already a machine gunner there, and these guys will just be spawning in up here. That's a tough ask. You can see, look, rockets are sort of dropping short there a little bit. And this is tough as well, because these guys have got this area locked down fairly well at the moment. So it's either side of the road, and of course the 76 parked around the back here that nobody can get to because it's got infantry all around it. The commander's sitting there on the point. He's just working out what's going on here, whether or not there's a big threat, and what he wants to do with his next attack, I'm guessing. Surely Sev H5 at first have got to see that they've got it pretty much, well, the constant pressure from 20th 10th on the point has meant that the South Americans, the blue, have not been able to push much of anything anywhere. They've sort of just had to deal with little spot fires almost, I guess we would call them, south and north and everywhere. So this is, this is what 20th 10th need to be doing to a point. I think where they're lacking their momentum is they can't do the combined arms stuff at all. And so it's just squads on squads. And they're winning the trade. They're actually, given the rank difference between some of these players, these guys are winning the trade more often than not. 20th 10th are winning the trade. Here's a bombing run I'm guessing from, what's going on up here? Yeah, look at this. This is another push from, that's an airhead. Another airhead bombing run, straight on the point. This could be trouble for 20th 10th, and although I think he just blew up his own airhead. He did. He's bombed his own airhead. Oh, Rodrigo's run in to protect the airhead that isn't there anymore. Oh, tragic play from the commander. He's timed that absolutely poorly. This attack's going nowhere. Yeah, wow. They put smoke in and everything. There's a Panther there to defend as well. Geez, it's a big ask getting that airhead in there. This defense is pretty good for 20%. This Panther, oh, it's got a loot as well for shits and giggles. Okay, see, that's okay. I'm okay with 2 tanks working together because then they can defend each other from infantry and stuff. They can protect each other's flanks. I'm okay with that. And you can see they're moving up with this infantry. That's what you need to do. And this attack went absolutely nowhere. The South American attack was completely shut down. But yeah, it's the combined arms stuff that's letting down 20th, 10th down here. They're winning the trade. The gunfights, they're actually winning it more often than not. They're probably, you know, if it's a sports show, it's 55% to 45% possession of the winning bullet. That's I need to do a sports stat. 55 to 45% winning bullets on the 20th, 10th side at the moment. But they can't capitalise on that amount of possession. You can see also here, they're starting to set up defences here, the South Americans. So, oh gosh, getting tired. They're starting to set up a defensive line here. Disciple's actually made his way all the way into the point. So he's pushed along that river line there. Good little creek to push in. I do like working around this area here because that bridge is great for defending. And we're starting to see a little cap turn there again. It's not going to be enough, of course. And he's dead now anyway. And the artillery says, well, you killed him. Fuck you. Tank around the back there. Yep, absolutely. So there's a tank parked there at the moment. Probably, don't even know what that was actually. Oh, it's trading. It's tank trading with something over the back here. Where is it? There it is. It's trading with a 76. I think that's a Panther over there actually. Yeah, that is. And that Panther's now starting to move across the paddock, across the field there, with yet again no infantry support. I guess he's trying to push something onto the point here. Or maybe they think the infantry north and south are covering him. It's not working though, unfortunately. That 76, yeah, I think he took a couple to the face and decided he didn't want to stay there. Something just died up there, probably the Lukes or a truck by the look of that. It's very much in the South Americans' favour at the moment, this defence. They've pushed right out from the point now. They're at least, look, there's one spawn area, well, not one spawn. That's one line of defence. Here's a second line of defence. So they're out a couple of lines at least. You know, they don't need defenders here because they've got... No one's going to run across this field anytime soon. Yeah, there's still a little bit of pressure on the point, but it's not enough. It's not enough at the moment. 36 minutes to go. So unless 20th 10th can do something radical here and try and, you know, flank around this way, that's a start. And get some more bodies still pushing in here, of course, and up here. I don't think they'll get through up the north there because the 2 cap points up north. This is why Sev H5 first is struggling up north as well in the attack because it's too close. Like it's. I've got to bring up the map. No, I don't have the map loaded in here. But where we've got the 2 points up the north there side by side off that main road, everybody's going to be feeding down the main road with infantry. So if you're trying to push across, you're going to run into infantry long before you get anywhere near the point. And that's what makes it challenging for the 785 at first to push up there. So they've got to control this centre sector and get around that way. And of course, 20th 10th are doing a pretty good job here of holding out in this front area. But look at that, another tank there. That's the Panther pushing in now. He's got an engineer supporting him. Yes, that's what I want. That is absolutely what I want. That's a good piece of play right now. That's what I want to see, ladies and gentlemen. That engineer already killed infantry coming in to try and kill that tank. So he's already saved it once. 1, 2, 3 anti-tank guys right here trying to kill it. And a Satchelier up there as well, I'm guessing. So look at this. This is really good play. He'd be talking to him, say, look, you got infantry coming on your north. And those anti-tankers now are getting cut down by the tank instead of just coming in and shooting it. Wonderful, wonderful team play right here. Eagle fan, you are my MVP for the 20th 10th right at this very point in time because you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, helping that damn tank get actually forward. There's a little bit of trouble here. Grim's getting in nice and close, and they're going to keep spawning in. But if the Panther can stay here and still shoot into this area here, it means the infantry can hopefully try and make its way along these fence lines and then start sweeping in and pincering. So good play, good play. This was great play here from 2010th. Like it a lot. Big tick goes on Facebook as a like. Thumbs up, well done, boys. All right, Colonel Matthews struggling around the back here to try and do something. He's got a little bit of problem there from a recon squad sweeping around. A little bit of blue play coming around that way as well. Let's check our Rocketeer, see what he's up to. Is he still? Yes, he is. Look, he's still here. He's just running around doing his thing. 20thPzG is his support crew, I'm guessing. Just going to grab a quick drink here. No. Hang on a second. All right, so there's a 76 moving up north. That's good play. There's a 76 middle of the field. So they've got two good tanks right now that will actually defend the chapel pretty well. 33 minutes to go. Here's our little rocket play down here. He's getting himself lined up again. Oh, he's got shot at. So, all right, gets the old rocket out, gets it loaded up. Pops one in the pipe. Starts to line himself up. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a... can you hear it? I can hear it. The truck. Oh, yep. Free kill when you're the Rocketeer. Why not? There he goes for his reload. Well played. He did well. Whoever that is did well. So they're looking for him around the back there as well. Havoc down here to the south, setting up some supplies. Yeah. I don't think that 20th are going to crack this. Not with 276s on there as well, and not without some impressive angled, like around this way. Got to come around here. The frontal assault over and over and over again is just not getting through. We did up here before, but you know, after look, it got through up there probably twice. It was shut down well, of course, because the South Americans responded well. The Allies responded well by putting more bodies on the point in here and shut down the attacks that were coming through this area here where I'm circling the mouse now. But now they're onto it, so they've actually got this area better controlled here to put suppressive fire into this area. And while we see people still pushing on this trench, they're not getting past this point, are they? Colonel Matthews is doing some funky stuff down south, though. Oh no, he's been picked off. Okay. But yeah, it's too frontal, this attack. It's just a bit too frontal. A little bit of a flare going on over the back there. You can see the red flash. Good defense here from Sep H5 first. Yeah. Good artillery though, as well, from 20th. It's been on point. It's been picking up people every time. Not able to take out OPs, of course, artillery, which some people don't actually know that. Yeah, they can't take out artillery. Can't take out OPs. Here's some allied supplies going in on the point. There's a 76 now starting to push up. So we could see a little bit of a north push now from the Sep H5 first crew. They've got another tank way up north from memory. There's another 76, and yeah, look at it. It's just starting to push up now. Pop some rounds off. I wonder what he just shot at. I can actually see that. If they push two tanks up there with that attacking squad, that's going to be a problem for the 20th guys. I've been very dehydrated today, actually. This will be my fourth match of cast in the last 2 and a bit days. So the old throat's drying out a bit from the COVID I had about 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago now. Nictafol still running around up here in the Bunnings area, or Home Depot, if you want to call it that. And a good little push here. Okay, yeah, they've moved 176 in already, and this is what I was talking about just before. So with that 76 in there and 2 squad leaders, 3 squad leaders, and the commander as well. Okay, this is a serious push, ladies and gentlemen. They are throwing a few extra pieces at it now and getting a couple of spawn points in. And of course, you know, when you're playing competition, you can have as many, up to 20 squad leaders, and people can jump squads. They don't have to stay in the same squad. So, you know, I might be in Alpha Squad defending the chapel, and the commander might say, hey, Alpha Squad, send 2 more bodies into Delta Squad to attack. And so I'll get 2 of my guys in my squad, in Alpha Squad, to redeploy immediately and join Delta Squad, and then they come in on the OP, and they're, you know, within... And it is the redeploy meta, isn't it? But they, within probably 30 seconds, give or take, you know, depending on the timers and everything. The 20 seconds for your suicide, and then an average of 10 seconds for a 0 to 20 second OP. Within 30 seconds, they can be from a defensive location. They can have moved like 600, 700 meters to an attacking location or to an airhead or things like that. But again, the 20th showing that this squad here is a very, very, very good defensive group. Although they do have extra numbers here. This tank, look at it. It's just shredded with its infantry, everything but 2 players. Sparky can't, of course, yeah, look at that. Artillery as well now. So this is quite a serious push. And both points are starting to blink now. So we just saw this point is now starting to get taken by a HCA. So a bit of trouble here for 20th because they've had most of the infantry cleared out. There's a little spawn wave, but a real problem here. But the chapel now getting taken by the 20th as well. The defensive play come in there, and oh no, there's a reinforce on. I reckon this is where he dropped the reinforce in. So while they've got people here, they're holding that reinforce. The chapel was falling; it's not now. So they've probably thrown a reinforce down as well. So nobody's taking anything anytime soon. That's fair enough. Good little play here though from the commander of HCA. He's sent in at least 1 tank and a bunch of infantry, a couple of squad leaders, given them a few options. There's the squad leaders still in there. The artillery's come in and it's hitting on point as well. And there's now that Luke's is around the back here. There's some... Oh, it's another airhead. This is a HCA airhead, an allied airhead. So it's a better one because it's... Is it far enough up? Has he got the timing right this time? He's put a bombing run straight across the back end. Okay, the airhead's actually well defended by infantry. Nice work on this bombing run. Nice work on this airhead. Colonel Matthews is going to have to respond here. He's going to have to throw something at this. 27 to go, and they're losing the point. They're losing Sunken Bridge now because this is a very, very good play from HCA. They've been very patient. They've waited. They haven't thrown anything on the attack up here for ages, except just a couple of random infantry that have been playing up north. But then when they got serious, they threw a tank, maybe 2 tanks. I can't even see where the other 76 was. We can see one just down here. It's got infantry support on it, and they've thrown a bunch of bodies in. But here's the counter bombing run now from Colonel Matthews, the commander of the Axis squad. He's going to go. It'll rip. He sent that in a completely random direction. It killed that guy, but it's not hit the garrison. It's not hit the airhead. It's not hit any infantry except for that one poor dude that was running around the road. It wasn't a great bombing run, I'm sorry, unless he had bad intel on something that was in this area here. I mean, I see people spawning in, so he was... That's only an OP though. Unfortunately, he's that's a bit of a waste of a bombing run. We are now at the 2/3 mark for the capture of Sunken Bridge, and at 20th they're going to lose this. This is great work here from HCA. They are going to capture this point, and that's a great rocket. There's another... God, look at those rockets. 2 for 2, nice kills. They're going to lose the point here, and we're going to have to change the header bar yet again to be a 4-1 lead to HCA. Now, with a very, very patient push. There's the other 76 over the side here. So one up here now, one at the 6 foot position and one at the 11 foot position. As the point turns now, I'm just going to move the banner across right now because this is well played here from HCA, and they've now got a 4-1 on this point. So 20th are in real trouble. They're not going to get double capped out here. They've got plenty of infantry back there. You can see them all starting to spawn in. But I guess maybe they were a little bit complacent on the defence. I don't think so. They had about 7 players there when the push came in, which I think was probably about as many as I would have, because you wouldn't have seen them sending in 2 tanks and a bunch of infantry like that and an airhead as well. Well, maybe you could predict that, but what they didn't do was they didn't have surge options. So where these guys are all surging from is miles out. So they had a garrison on the point, and I reckon the OPs were in here as well. And so when the infantry were getting taken out, so were the garrisons and OPs. So one of the things I like to do as a squad leader is if the garrison's here, for example, I put my OP back here. if I'm on defense in particular. So that A, it's a warning for anything coming up this line here, and if I start to see things lit here, I've still got the garrison if I lose my AP. But B, if I lose the garrison on the point, I have at least got the close 100 meter in spawn in. And these, yeah, I don't know. I can't 100% call it because we didn't see the map, of course, but you can see they really didn't have any spawn options. They were coming from way down this way and way up this way, which means that they had to run a long way in, and that's why HCA have been able to consolidate this now, and that's a huge wall of bodies now all around the point. So, I don't know. It's given how well they've defended so far. Let's see what 20th and 10th can pull out of the magic bag of tricks. Colonel Matthews hasn't been real good with his bombing runs yet. I haven't seen an airhead from them either. And their tanks have been too wild in the open, although we did start to see a little bit of grip up of that. There's a tank there, by the way. That's a Panther by the look of that. And it's got infantry around it, so they're playing a little bit smarter, that Panther, whoever's in that one. And I like their playable, though. Now he's running forward with just the one infantry with him. He's pushing... no, don't push up, Panther. You should not be running up there with one infantry. Nowhere. This infantry probably doesn't even know he's coming up. I just know. I mean, yeah, okay, they're looking at a spawn. There's that 76 right there in front of him. He just ricocheted off the 76. The 76 knows there's somebody there. Infantry, there's a satchelier right next to him. Let's see if the airbags can defend him. This is better. Yeah, well done. The infantry finally got there to help that tank. All right, maybe they are coordinating it. Maybe I've been a bit premature in my criticism, but we did see a little bit of that stuff going on earlier. Yeah, and this is better. This is so much better. Yeah, this is what you want to see. So well done to this tank crew. Puck Clutch, Chuckles, and Texas Rod. They've actually flanked that 76. That's 76. That's terrible play. Oh, airbags is down there now. That's trouble for... Did he just miss? Oh my goodness me, he's missed. And now he's getting rocketed because he's got no infantry. And oh, there's shit going on everywhere. Oh, that was a cluster. An absolute cluster. This Panther needs to turn around quickly. And that infantry need to get... Oh, there's another one and he's... And another rocket. Look at how many rockets they've got. 1, 2, 3. With pot shots at the Panther. It's just taking a pounding. He's got the infantry finally up with him. And an automatic rifleman. Yep, that's good news. But that Panther is in a world of hurt. Tell you what, though. Tell you what. They've shredded a little bit of infantry up here. I'm seeing the point turning. I'm wondering where the attack's coming from. Because there's not enough up here. There's enough bodies here to counter what's going on here. It must be this huge wave out here that's getting cap weight. They must be in the zone. That Panther's in a good spot there. If it stays there... Now, it's lost all its infantry support, of course. Oh no. Fearless is trying to help. From over that left-hand side there, trying to help support that tank. The Panther needs to move to infantry. They're just starting to cap, though. It must be just sheer weight of numbers close enough in. I'd have to have a look at the map, and of course I'm not... this is a pre-recording, so I can't open the freaking map right now and have a look. Frustrating. All right, there it is. Quickly looking. Yeah, that's cap weight. Down this Charlie column. All of those people just there that you can see are adding weight to the point, but 7H5 have sent enough bodies in there again, and they're defending. 21 minutes to go. The Panther is stuck in a ditch, and it's getting its arse shot out of it from underneath it as it tries to get away and repair. It's got infantry all around it. Oh, it's stuck on the friggin... stuck on that trench. I understand their frustration. It can't get out through the bridge area there where Colonel Matthews is. They've got to throw more bodies at it. There's rockets going off on the left there. That's the anti-artillery guy. Oh, he's back up here. Okay, so they've given up on artillery because they've down to 4 points down, and they need to try and take this point back to put pressure on the chapel. It's still doable, folks. They could win. I mean, you could cap all 5 points, or all 4 points from here. So it's definitely... Oh, there's shit going on everywhere. There's the tank gone. Oh, and there's a satchel on it as well. Wow. Yeah, wow. Great play from 7H5 first. 20 minutes, folks. 20 minutes to go. Can 20th, 10th claw this back? Can they claw it back? It's not looking good at the moment. We'll have a look down the south of the map and see what's going on in the flooded house. And you can see the gang that was over there on defense trying to kill that the Rocketeer before are now actually pushed up, and they're actually getting to fight something other than the one Rocketeer guy. Here's a couple of machine gunners in the building. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. There's a supply truck around the back there. I'd say that would be a defensive garrison going up. Trident running across the paddock there, got shot by Grim. But, you know, there's half a dozen bodies here on it. They've got not much to defend against at the moment. Recon squad's moving in on that 2 o'clock position there, 1 o'clock position. Sparky's out there spotting that. Let's see what's coming in. That is a German supply drop. So, and there's an Allied supply drop just past that, of course. Look at that play, though. There's 76 in the middle of the map, in between the 2 points. So he'll be cutting off the supply of troops coming from this way, going up towards Sunken Bridge. Good positioning of that 76. And he's in amongst the infantry, so he can overwatch, because you can't run across those fields. But he doesn't... actually, where is he? Oh, there he is over there. There he is over there. So he can shoot across here all day. Stop this whole attacking line from getting anywhere. So this is where they'll have to push up, and they've got shitloads of infantry here. Yet again, Sev H5 showing how to push out from the point and set up defensive lines and use combined arms to shred things. So 76 is up there. I think there's still another 76 alive too. I didn't see that other one die, unless the Panther got it. It did. Sorry, my apologies. It got the kill before, didn't it? Okay, so 18 minutes to go. Sev H5 first with the all the game to lose here. 20th with all the work to do. Bit of canal warfare going on. Artillery yet again having a very big impact on this game, in that it is quite accurate, and on both sides. Ooh, he's gonna feel that, isn't he? And it's quite accurate, and it's I guess the thing I will say is that comms are going forward. That's a truck that just died. So that must be that supply truck. The comms are going out really nicely from both teams for where to drop the artillery, and it's on mark. Hey, nice little Svensson anti-tank gun here, shelling the point. That's what you want to see. He can just sit here and pop away all day. If they've got the resources, of course, and while his infantry move up, and is he redeployed? I think he redeployed. Either that or he just got picked off by somebody at long range, so well done whoever that was. Random rockets starting over. We can see Fearless here trying to push up artillery. Wow, on it again. See a defensive position getting set up here now. These guys don't look like they want to move out of here anytime soon. 17 minutes to go. What do you reckon, Chad? Is it going to be all Sev H5 at first, or is it going to be a 20th comeback? This is where it starts to get exciting. If you weren't enjoying it so far, this is where we start to get a little bit exciting, because this is where most games start to ramp up a notch and people start really going, well, fuck, we're out of time now for deliberate slow play. It's time to pull the pin on the kitchen sink and throw it at the enemy. Excuse me. So 20th, 10th have all that work to do, but gosh, this defense is tight, isn't it? There's a tank. That's a Panther. Tough to tell at this distance. Eyes aren't as good as they used to be. I think that's a Panther coming in. That might make a difference. Yeah, we were just watching that come in now. Is it? No, it's Pensful. Man. I just couldn't quite pick up the cam pattern. There's a different cam pattern on the Panzer IV to the Panther, of course. But again, look, okay. Here's an anti-tank player. Here's the tank. Nadig is saving that tank. Tankers, you owe Nadig a beer, because he just saved your ass. Because that anti-tanker was going to kill you. So stop here. This is where you stop. Good. Now start shelling and use your infantry to support. Just stay there, tank. There is no need for that tank to go anywhere right now. It can stay there and just keep shooting the point. HE into the point, reload. It's got cover here that nobody can see it from shooting out this way, so it's not going to get shot anytime. So stay there, tank. Do not move. Do not move. Use your infantry unless your infantry die around you. And then you can start pushing more infantry along here, and they can start to push around this way. Look at this, though. The tank is moving forward, and the anti-tank player is getting a flank shot now on that tank. He's got time to push around the back and shoot in the arse. He's been picked off by airbags trying to defend the tank. The tank's now shooting the ground in frustration. thinking that the cap weight's coming in there. Look, they're just starting to turn it again. It just blinked again. There's cap weight coming in from north and south. This is good. 20th, 10th have just started to put a bit of pressure on. The tank is making a difference on the point, but it's driving to its doom. Let's see what else we've got. Infantry sweeping around. Wendy's is around the back there. Look, there's another round into the tank from an anti-tank player right next to it. Tank is shooting ground and missing. Artillery, boom. There's the tank gone. What a waste. The infantry are taking the point. Big rocket there from Nerdic, trying to pick up that infantry over the back there. Didn't quite get him. The artillery still doing good work in suppressing the attack from... Go to bed. It's been a long day, hasn't it? We got 14 minutes to go. I need to pipe this because this is exciting here. We can see 20th, 10th are really starting to pressure on. There's some German supplies coming in. Colonel Matthews trying to get something set up. A Stuart coming in from the south. That's a free-ranging Stuart. It's he's right. That's a no trench Stuart. You can't go through there, mate. Find another way. He's just sweeping around. Havoc there in a little bit of trouble. Good, because you can't do anything about Stuart. There's the Luke's raging against the environment. Oh no, he's looking for... Yeah, see? He's looking for that AT guy. Warbeard coming in to try and help that Luke's now. Warbeard looking... Oh, Luke's Sky. Lux Sky. Nice kill. Nice kill. Somebody got it. Not sure who. The Luke's shooting the environment in frustration as he gets hit. Airhead, is that? No, that's just a supply drop from the Allies as it comes in. Pressure coming in from 20th 10th. They've still got circle pressure. Airbags. What was he? Was he a satchelier? Oh, fucking God. Drunk cameraman looking for a satchel. Do we get a satchel in there? Airbags has got to have put a satchel in. Oh, here he is now. He's got a kill on. Did he get a satchel in here? He's dead. Let's see. Bombing run coming in. This is a good push. That's a good bombing run. That's a very good bombing run there. It might not pick up too much of the infantry, but it probably... I think that satchel just went off. I'm pretty sure he just got a satchel off. Didn't get the garrison. Just a little bit too far south there, Colonel Matthews. Yeah, you just need to be a little bit up. Alright, so... I think it was a counter bombing run as well that went in from 7H, or is it just still coming in? Yeah, here it comes now. Panther pushing in on the point. Panther needs to stay with its infantry support. 12 minutes to go. Can still be won from here. 20th and 10th can still win from here. 7H can still win from here. Oh, there's that bombing run. It's picking up. Yeah, Zuck's going to get... No, he's dodged it. Well done, Zuck. Yeah, the guys down in the south there, they're getting picked up. Yeah, one down. Tron as well. Yep, there he goes. Alright. 11 minutes to go. 7H 5 Oh, Panther in the point by itself. He's got a Stuart behind him. He's got a Stuart in the water. The Stuart is not having a good time with these canals. That Panther is in the point, shooting the ground. I mean, they've got to do something here, but I just looked at the Panzer IV. Why not wait the extra 30 seconds for all that infantry to be up there with you? And the Panzer IV as well. But, I mean, you know, it's working. Somehow that Panther is still alive and the infantry have finally made it there. And here's the Stuart's about to die. The Panzer IV, he missed with his first shot. It was obviously a snapshot. Big spawn wave from 7H5 at first. They've got that going well, but I don't reckon they've got a lot of options close enough here. Or if they do that. Oh, look at the Panther getting nailed by everybody. It's trying hard. Was that the Panzer IV? Oh, what on earth? There's a ricochet off the Panther as well. No. Where is the Panther? You can't even see the Panther. He's so far away from his infantry. But they're trying, aren't they? Look, they're trying. Oh, there's a 76 around the back. I think that'll be the end of the Panther. That 76 sees it. Nah, it's still alive somehow. What am I doing with the camera here? Drunk again. Ah! Yeah, anyone who hasn't seen a supply drop, that's what they look like. It's a little bit like an airhead from a distance. You just have to kind of eyeball it a little bit closer. Because if you were half a map away, it would just look exactly the same as an airhead pretty much because of the distance. They've still got this push coming in. We've still got rockets going across. We've still got lots of gunfire, but we still do not have the numbers that... And that Panther's dead? Yeah, there it is. It's dead. Right there. It made its way into the point and just died. Here's the south push. Quite a bit of 7H5 first down here, actually. And this is where the other point is, isn't it? So this is the last point down this way. And there's a tank there as well. That must be a 75 or 76, yeah. Sparky coming around behind it. Nice little play here. These guys are pretty switched on though, Sparky. They have a... Yeah, look at that. They know he's coming in. You've got old mate in the top with the swivel head. He's probably just telling the gunner now, shoot that bush, shoot that bush. Yeah, absolutely. So, probably the better tankers were on the 7H5 first in this match. That much is clear. They had very good all-round eyeballs. I mean, that tank was by itself, but it was by itself in the middle of the open where the commander's hatch can actually look around. Big sats on the point. Big sats on the point. Here we go. This is going to be a changing point, I think. 20th have got some momentum. Oh, nice kill up the top there. Whoever that was just killed about 3 or 4 and fucked the guts out of that 20th, 10th push. So we're back again to stalemate on the point here. 8 minutes to go. 8.5 minutes to go. SevH have got this defense solid as right now. It's going to take a small miracle for 20th, 10th to crack this. And we're just watching there. A little bit of backplay going on now as Beta pushes out into where the 20th, 10th are spawning in. Flooded house there, of course, about 600 metres away to our 10 o'clock position. And as the blue forces push through this area here now and cut off this line of supply up north. And I mean, they can get into here and start shooting into the point. I like attacking along this line here. That's absolutely where I love attacking. Few out here. I don't think they really need to, though, do they? 7 minutes to go. Oh, Puma by itself. Puma by itself are in the back of the lines trying to change the fate of this battle at the moment. And it's just... You can't sit still in a Puma or a Luke's or a Stuart. You've got to keep moving. 2 76s on the field. A 75 on the field there. So there's 2 tanks there in front of us we can see, and there's one more coming in out here. So they've got 3 tanks. No, I don't think, without some small miracle here, it's going to be a 4-1 loss to 20th or a 4-1 victory to 7H50 first. Given the current state of affairs, look at the attacking points they've got down there. Lots of great defensive garrisons around Chapel of Pillars. 3 tanks on the field. Shit getting blown up there. Don't even know what that was. But a tank's right next to it. So, yeah, they're pinging... What are they pinging there? Yeah, I'm wondering. They are actually going to do a push. Oh, great kill. Great counter kill there. That must be an anti-tank gun. That's a really good kill. Sounds like an anti-tank gun. It could be a tank. These guys don't need to push this point. They could just be satisfied with a 4-1. They could just hold that other point and call it a day, couldn't they? So, oh, there's the counter. So that must have been an anti-tank gun just there. And it killed that tank here, but then it got smashed by probably the other 76 coming in over the back there. Alright. So that explains what happened there, because I couldn't quite work it out. Oh, here's another tank coming in. Okay, so they took out the anti-tank gun, but there's a Panzer IV, I'm guessing. He's getting surrounded, though. He's putting in long-range fire. He's seen that tank. That's 76. Yeah, you can't take a 76 on head-on. Just running the tree briefly. Oh, sorry, I take that back. You can and you will. Maybe that was the 75, actually. Because that was too quick. Yeah, that would have been the 75. That 76 is over the back here somewhere. So good kill there for the Panzer IV. Picked up a tank on the way across the field there. Let's have a look back up on the point here. 5 minutes to go. So this is it. They have 3 minutes to take this point and start capping the next point to win. They've got 3 minutes. If SevH hold this point for the next minute and a half, roughly, give or take, they've won. There's no way that 20th 10th can... Oh, look at that artillery. Brutal. There's no way 20th 10th can defeat or claw this game back if Sev H 501st hold this point for the next minute and a bit. So I think we're probably getting to a point here we could call it for Sev H 501st. It's been a good solid fight. It has been a very, very good solid fight. Quite happy with play on both sides. Obviously not happy with the tanking, the combined arms. Oh, look at that. See, Panzer IV getting shot in the arse. That's what I'm talking about. He's up there by himself. I mean, it's the end of the battle, so it doesn't really matter too much. But that's the one thing that needs to change for 2010. If they could just get their combined arms lifting, they would have really probably cracked open the defence here of Sev H501st a couple of times. Definitely. No question in my mind. So because they've got the skills, they've won a lot of their squad versus squad trade. That's important. If you're winning those type of trade battles, it means you guys are playing well. Then you've just got to get that coordination stuff right to be able to break open the enemy's defense. We are seeing the point get capped here. It's blinking. It's too late for a victory. Is that an airhead now? I think it's an airhead. Yeah, there you go. So this is a 20th 10th airhead that's falling. Well, it's a distracting airhead. It's pulling 1, 2, 3, 4 people away. Ikbilla is right there. It's pulling 4 people away from the defense. 5. Not a bad airhead in distracting terms, because it's definitely not going to get spawned on. This Heinkel's right there next to it. But it's pulled these guys over as well. That's good work. The Lukes. Look at that, Lukes. He's not stopping. Good on him. He's in the point. There. It's gonna. Oh, he got smashed. He's gonna. Oh, can he turn? He's out. Definitely. This is Sev H501st victory, ladies and gentlemen. There's no question now. Because 2.5 to go. So what won it for them? Well, their defence held on Chapel. It held well. It got tight a couple of times, but because their 20th 10th didn't send enough in, their combined arms. That's a great bombing run over that tank, by the way. Matthews picked up his own 4-year-old tank, and the Panthers coming in now. They might actually cap the point back here before the game's over. They couldn't get their combined arms on the Chapel working well across these fields here that I'm pointing out with the mouse. So because they couldn't get that happening across here, the tanks would go in and die, the infantry would go in and trade well, but not quite win at the end. And I can see the 2 caps are happening here now, so it's... look, Sev H can't cap that last point before the time is over, but 20th 10th might be able to pick up a belated point cap here to be a 3-2 loss instead of a 4-1 loss. That Panthers taking a few rounds in. But what lost it for... What Sev H501st did well was that defensive line they had that worked well all the way up to here and all the way down there, and their combined arms play was definitely up in the higher echelons of good. Their artillery was absolutely on point in where they needed it, when they needed it. Good bombing run there from Sev H501st to take out a bunch of the 20th 10th guys, but I think they got momentum here to cap the point back for a 3-2 loss. What Sev H501st did poorly, I don't think their defence was as good as it could have been. I think it was good, but I think it could have been better. I think they fluffed around a lot in areas of the map they didn't need to. That's a great cap, by the way. Back for 20th 10th, they pulled it back to 3-2 loss. So I definitely think Sev H could have, 501st could have improved their defence. That's for sure. And the tankers were pretty good though, in that way, in defence and attack. For 20th 10th, definitely improve your combined arms. Hands down, that's what's losing the battle for you. Get those tanks working with infantry, have infantry on them. Check out some of the other teams and how they do that. Yeah, that's what they need to improve there. What they did well though is they defended this point for friggin' forever, and they defended it well. And they just got blindsided a bit by the attack that came through when it did. But their defense was pretty good, and their attacking line was pretty good, and then their general gameplay from their squads is pretty good. So 20th, 10th, up and coming. We know, I spoke about them a little while back. I gave it to the anti-tanker, by the way. He did quite a bit of work. He couldn't pronounce his name, but he played well. Mr. Zedinho. There you go. Mr. Zedinho. So for 20th and 10th, they've sort of only just come into this for the first time, and they are playing well. They are lifting their game. If they can get that combined arms happening, they will be a force to be reckoned with in future matches. Ladies and gents, at the end of this little sequence here, let's get ourselves back over to that main screen. I'm still here. I've got the background lights on. We'll probably drop that off and just put the background music on here. So look at your favourite players there on the screen if you wanted to see some of them. Look at some of these numbers. 7,000 defence there. I think I threw an 8,000. 7,400 here. Some pretty good numbers. Pretty good numbers there for defensive squads. 6780. As you know, of course, as people drop out, those numbers will start dropping. There's an 8,000. Look at that. 8,000 defence. So well done, that squad, whoever that was. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that those teams that actually play get a chance to see this afterwards and pick up some tips, maybe a bit of feedback from me there. But just generally speaking, it was a good match to watch at 5:30 in the morning. I did enjoy it. And I thank you, everybody, for being part of the stream tonight. I'm going to end it right there as we finish up that video and brought to you by VLC. All right. Good night, everyone. I'll see you at the next live stream. Oh, we should raid somebody. That's what we should do. Let's see if there's anyone worth raiding. Let's do that. Let's do that. Who we got? Well, we can go and check out Fungal Toes if you like. He's playing the Long Dark. Seems like a nice chap. So I'll do a little bit of raid on the Fungal Toes and I'll bid you good evening. He's a British fellow. And he seemed like a nice chap when I spoke to him a little while back. He plays a lot of the first-person shooters and stuff like that. We're not really raiding with much here, so we'll probably cancel that raid and we'll just call it quits there. And we'll say good evening to you. Thanks very much for watching and catch you next time. Good night. Goodbye for now.